Welcome to the Wrestling News. I am your host, Mike, and I am going to go over the Raw Recap with you guys. So, Raw looked pretty interesting tonight. Vince McMahon came out. This is a shocker. He has something called the wildcard. So the wildcard means he's going to bring 3 or 4 superstars to either Raw or Smackdown. Well, this tonight had Roman Reigns come out to interrupt Vince. And then after that, there's some stars from SmackDown. Daniel Bryan comes out, and Kofi Kingston comes out. And Vince yells, like he said, every single week he's going to bring wrestlers back and forth, 3 or 4 wrestlers, Raw and SmackDown, for the wild card. AJ comes out and tells Vince that he's worthy and he's the man that built SmackDown. And Vince and Rollins comes out and Vince says, you two are going to team up tonight. And Rollins says, I don't want to team up with him, but Vince makes a tag team match. It's Seth Rollins and AJ Styles versus Bobby Lashley and Baron Corbin. I really thought this match was pretty fun, but sadly at the end, honestly, I'm getting bored with Baron Corbin. He's kind of getting annoying. So, but at the end, AJ Styles accidentally hit Baron Corbin, or do we know if it was on purpose? Hit Seth Rollins, and then he was just walking away, and Rollins got pinned, and Baron Corbin hit him with the end of days. And Bobby Lashley and Baron Corbin won the match. Sami Zayn comes out to the crowd about to talk, and then Braun Strowman comes out, dumps Sami Zayn in the garbage truck, and then a dumpster picks him up, throws him in there. Poor Sami Zayn. Then they had the match Lucha House Party versus Enhanced Talent, which are jobbers basically, and the winner was Lucha House Party. The match was very boring. Then you had Roode versus Ricochet. I thought that match was pretty interesting because I liked their match before, and I like what they're doing with Roode. He's trying to make him look like Rick Rude, but that's okay. I mean, he's trying to have a mustache like Tom Sells. Kind of funny. But at the end, the winner of this match would have gotten the Money Bank switch spots, but Ricochet beat him with the 630 splash for the 1-2-3. Then it was Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic. They're walking to the locker room, and then Rey's going to his locker room, and then Samoa Joe falls him. Samoa Joe tells Dominic, he talks trash for a couple minutes, and Dominic walks away. Then they had a match, Lacey Evans versus a jobber, because Alexa Bliss, Natalya, and Naomi, and Dana Brooke came out. And Lacey Evans beat the jobber with the punch to the face. And then after the match, Becky and Lacey brawled. Kind of interesting, but Becky was talking trash. Lacey got out of the disarmer. Then they had another match, the Viking Raiders versus Hawkins Ryder. Another very boring match. This Raw really did suck so far. But the winner of the match, the Viking Raiders, hit their double team power slam on Ryder for the 3 count. Then they have a Bray Wyatt Firefly Funhouse. The buzzer pops out, gets in an argument with the witch puppet, Abby, and it appears the buzzard puppet has ripped apart the bunny puppet, which was Rambling Rabbit. Wyatt talks about forgiveness and says the buzzard puppet should be not only forgiven, but rewarded. The camera pans out to reveal a bunch of kids sitting on the floor of the funhouse. Wyatt says they're going to have a picnic and repeats his catchphrase, to let me in. The kids didn't look impressed. They look pretty bored. Then they had a replay where AJ Styles actually hit Rollins. Rollins says next time he's going to give AJ a black eye if he walks out on him. Then they had Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns is about to go for the spear, but Shane McMahon broke it up and Elias hit the ring, and they beat him up. And then the Miz comes out with a steel chair, chases Shane. Shane's running away. No, and then Elias and McIntyre. Elias throws Roman Reigns right into McIntyre for the Claymore. And then after that, Drew boots Reigns to face. That's too bad for Reigns. But then Shane and Miz brawl in the back. And then Charlie's about to interview Shane. Shane's running. And then when Shane's getting to his limo, he gets attacked by Miz with the chair. But at the end, he kicks the Miz in the groin and runs away in the car. Then they had the Revival versus Gallows Anderson. No contest. Very boring match. Because the Usos were making fun. The Usos like saying, oh, we put something in when you're cleaning yourself Uso hot. And they're screaming like girls. Man, now you get a Revival look like jerks. Not jokes. It's pathetic. Kofi cuts a promo about winning the WWE title and defying the odds. He says he's going to send Bryan back to where he came from. No Way House versus Lars Sullivan. Another no contest. Because, like I said, No Way Jose is a jobber. Then you had Vince and Pac, and Lars Sullivan walks in and says, oh, there'll be 4 people. And then Vince says, good talk, and Lars walks up. Then they had the main event, which I really liked, Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. That's probably the best match of the night because all the other matches were pretty boring. I remember at WrestleMania they had their match, but Kofi... so here's what happens. Kofi's title's on the line. He has a match with Daniel Bryan. It's like I said, Daniel Bryan is a very good heel, and he's very impressive. But during the match, Bryan falls Kofi outside and continues to beat him out at the outside, ringside. Bryan tries to whip Kofi into the ring steps, but Kofi leaps onto the steps, runs up the turnbuckle. Kofi then hits a moonsault off the turnbuckle down on the Bryan at ringside. Back in the ring, Kofi hits a crossbody off the top on for Bryan for the 2 count. Bryan hits him with the label lock, but Kofi gets to the rope and breaks the hold. Kofi fights back. He hits the New Day drop, that he calls it. Kofi looks for a Trouble in Paradise, but Bryan counters, tries to hit him with the running knee to the face. Kofi counters. Bryan hits him with a German suplex. He kicks out. Bryan tries to go one more time for the label lock, but Kofi counters, hits him with Trouble in Paradise. 1, 2, 3. That was probably the best match of the night, and as well as the AJ Styles and Seth Rollins match. But the rest of the show really did suck. It was very brutal. Anyways, guys, I'll try to give you some more information tomorrow. What will happen with SmackDown. Hope you guys enjoy the news. Anyways, you click that round subscribe button. And like I said, I'll upload some more videos. We'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.